WTBQ.
Good morning. This is Janine Panarelli, licensed real estate broker and owner of Panarelli Realty.
And good morning. It's Michael Gianetto, licensed mortgage loan originator with Residential Home Funding. Hope everybody had a great weekend.
And you're listening to the Home and Mortgage Show. Forgot to say that, Michael.
Oh, sorry. Left that out. We have a guest with us today, Angelo Ferrante from DKI, which is Restoration Cleanup International, located over in New Hampton. Good morning, Angelo.
Good morning, guys.
How was your weekend?
Weekend was great. Took my daughter over to Primo Sports over in Florida.
Oh.
She's doing a soccer training, getting back in right before the season,
Yes.
the soccer season.
That
And
starts in
they
the
are
beginning of the
great.
school year, right? Because now I know my daughter's ending basketball. Florida, now this is her first year. She's never tried out before. She never really did it, but she got into it this year. She's pretty good. And she's this 8th grade, modified it's called. So she's not JV or high school yet, so this is modified. They're undefeated.
Really? Oh, good for them.
Yes. So they have 2 more games to go, and we're just keeping our fingers crossed that they remain undefeated, because this is the future varsity of Seward. So the girls are really good.
That's
So
good.
your girls play sports too?
They do. Both my girls. I mean, my little one plays Snoopy soccer, but
So
she runs
cute.
around. I'll tell you a story. Last year, it was her first game, and here I'm that parent. Okay, so it's her first game.
I'm sure you are.
And she's running. I mean, she's 4. She was 3 when she was playing. So she's actually kicking the ball toward the goal. It happens to be the wrong
The right goal? I was just
happens to be the wrong goal, and I'm standing right next to the goal. She's running right at me, and I'm like, no, the other way. And she literally is coming right in front of me, and I bent down and I swatted the ball away so she didn't score the goal. I am that guy.
Seriously?
Yeah, I'm that parent. After I did that, I put my head down and I did in shame, walking away going,
I can see
can't
it
believe
now.
I just
have
did
the
that.
whole visual. That's an
Yeah.
all-time
Yeah,
record
that
for
was
you.
bad. It was bad.
Was your wife there?
No, she wasn't there, actually.
Oh, you're lucky.
She wasn't there.
Yeah, you're lucky.
My mother-in-law was there, and she
And
looked
did
at me like, oh, my God. Her
Did
eyes
you
bulged
just
out of her head.
See Michael Gianetto diving on the field.
I didn't want my kid to score the opposite goal.
What's wrong with you?
My 3-year-old. I was worried about it.
I can't.
But my older daughter is really good, actually.
But is she's soccer too?
She plays, in Washingtonville Rec. And the coach at the end of her second season, which was the fall, said to her that she needs to try out for travel team.
That's great.
So it was good.
Yeah.
It boosted her,
Yeah, we're
her
trying to get
confidence, too.
Valerie next spring. Fall. They're saying she should try out for soccer too. It's good. It's good for the kids to stay active and off that,
sure.
the texting and all that kind of stuff. Keep
Absolutely.
them active. Yeah. So basketball ends this Wednesday, so she's like a little depressed.
Oh.
So don't worry,
Well,
Val.
plus you need scholarships, for, these days, for these kids to go to good schools. So you got to make them pick something and be good at it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kind of force them to be good at it, and academically, of course.
Yeah. Did you lose a tire in a pothole yet?
Oh, can you believe the size of these things?
What is up with that?
They're like sinkholes. They're not potholes.
You could lose a child in the pothole.
Yeah.
No, seriously. We hit.
Did you see the car in Long Island?
Oh, the sinkhole.
Yeah, the sinkhole.
That was kind of
In
where
Long
we're
Island.
from. Where'd you live? In
Belmore.
Belmore, yeah. And I was in Valley Stream. I think it was Rockville Center or right around
Oh, I
there.
think it
where
was
the
Rockville
woman,
Center.
yeah, she parked in her driveway, and a giant sinkhole opened up in the car. She was still in the car.
Right.
She was in the car when the nose of the car just went down into the sinkhole.
Yep.
That must have
And she
been.
couldn't get out. She said
Could you imagine?
the window. She opened the windows and the dirt was coming in and stuff. She thought she was
Oh
going to
my
be
God.
like swallowed
I'm
up.
having a panic attack just thinking of it.
Imagine.
I can't. Oh my gosh.
And
That's
she was
scary
like
stuff.
69 years old. It's not like she's climbing through
saw
the
her
car
on
to
the
get
news.
out.
I saw her on the news.
Yeah.
Yeah, that scary stuff.
Like being
What
down
the-
in Florida with all the sinkholes down there. It's unbelievable.
I don't know where it was, but
that
this was-
swallows up houses down there.
well, besides the houses, did you see the one of the Corvette? Well, we're into cars, so we watch all this stuff. The Corvette Museum. The giant sinkhole was 30 feet wide by 40 feet deep.
What?
And they lost 8 Corvettes in the hole.
When was
You
this?
didn't see this? You got to Google it. YouTube it. It's all
Oh,
out there.
my goodness.
Yeah, so
That's
my husband's
crazy.
like crying as he's looking because he feels so bad for the cars and these owners of these cars. Not good. Not
I wonder
good.
if that's even
They're just
covered by
pulling up-
insurance.
We're gonna have to get
Right?
Howard back.
Yeah.
Howard, we have a question for you.
Right,
Call
exactly.
in.
Call in today.
Yeah. Wow.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, well, we got a lot of stuff going on, but these potholes and my son was on the thruway going back and forth to Long Island this week. He said the traffic from the potholes, because some of the crews are out there, they are trying to fix them, but they're tying up the traffic, and he said they were doing 5 miles an hour the whole. Oh God, he wanted to hang somebody by the time he got to Long Island.
That's a brutal trip if you're going that slow. These
potholes are very scary, and then we ride motorcycles. So come springtime, if these potholes aren't fixed, you really got to be careful.
Right,
that's dangerous.
It's a very dangerous situation out there, and people don't realize. You know, I broke valve stem on my tire, went right down into the. Yeah, that's what I'm blaming it on.
Yeah. Honey, what happened to the right wheel?
I'm just gonna
hit a pothole.
I'm just going to blame it on that and let it go.
You didn't see the marks on the curb outside the house?
I don't hit curbs. I just go over them. I'm in a rush.
Make your own pathway.
So I wanted to mention, because we talked about this the other day, the STAR program. You know how we said the deadline was December 31st, and you have to go on to re-register in order to get the benefit of the STAR discount? Well, we were recently on that website, and it says on there that even though it expired December 31st, they're still taking late registrations. So for those of you who are out there who forgot or just were living in the dark for the last how many months, you really need to do that, or you're not going to get the discount on the school tax portion of your taxes. So go to tax.ny.gov and register for that.
Right, and that's for people that are existing homeowners that have the STAR, that have
primary
to re-register.
Residents. Mm-hmm.
The enhanced STAR for the older generation,
they don't have to.
Right, they do not have to re-register.
Right, and then they said they'll see next year what they're going to roll out come next fall for what has to be done going into 2015. That's what it said on the website. So I just wanted to put that out there. Tax.ny.gov.
And for those that purchased a home in 2013 and the beginning of 2014, you have until March 1st in most municipalities.
Correct, which is a Saturday, by the way. So you really got to get it in by February. It's this Friday.
This Friday, right.
Oh, my God.
To
I
do
can't
the STAR
this is the end
exemption.
of the last week of February already.
It's a quick month.
Spring's around the corner, we hope, huh?
Oh,
Yeah, that's
well,
right.
We're getting a snow
4
tomorrow, but yeah.
Oh, please. The third time in my life after 43 years hearing polar vortex. You know?
Makes no sense to me. Makes no sense. But yeah, so hopefully we're in the home stretch. We're definitely in the home stretch.
Yeah.
So I also wanted to mention who's coming on the show next week.
Who's coming?
Really?
You tell me. No, our friend Jason Gare from Frontier Appraisals, and he does the grievance for the tax assessment. So he'll come in, he does the appraisal, he gives comparable sales, he gives a lot of supporting information to the tax assessor to grieve that assessment and try to lower your taxes.
So I thought people should know that because they might want to tune in.
Absolutely.
And,
you have until
put it on your
May
calendar
to get the letter in requesting.
So we're trying to get him on here,
payments.
give you advice on what to do. So call in next Monday between 10 and 11. Jason will be here, 651-1110 on WTBQ. So we're trying to, give people information that they need to know.
I think that's going to be a really good one because people obviously... everyone that you talk to, everyone says, "Oh, my taxes are so high."
I think
New York's
Dan
one of the worst
Castricone was
states.
just
We
talking
know.
about it. Did you listen? Dan Castricone on the way in. I was just listening. He was talking about senior citizens who've they've been living in their homes for some of them 40, 50 years. They bought it when it was $30,000 and they're still in the area, but now with the taxes being so high, some of them have to take reverse mortgages.
Right.
You do reverse
I
mortgages,
do the
right?
reverse mortgages, and it really is a great product if used properly.
Yeah, but I feel bad. Why should somebody have to take a reverse mortgage and use that money to pay their taxes? That should be for their retirement.
It's not ideal, but if they're going to stay in their property, if they're set on it and they're going to stay in that property, then it's not a bad option to access the equity, to be able to use it and use it properly.
All right. Well, we're going to get into that when we get back. We're going to take our first break, and we'll talk about reverse mortgages when we come back.
Happy New Year! Now celebrate by gifting yourself and your family with a new kitchen and let the professionals at Hudson Valley Kitchen Design take your dreams and make them into a reality, from concept to installation and everything in between. Our well-trained, courteous staff will customize your new kitchen while keeping it within your budget. Start living the dream by calling 845-294-8242, and we'll have you cooking on your new stove in no time. For all the do-it-yourselfers, builders, and contractors, we invite you to our retail showroom located at 2713 Route 17M in Goshen. And please like us on Facebook at the Hudson Valley Kitchen Design. Call 845-294-9068. We will make your dreams a reality in 2014.
Hi, this is Dr. Nick Belasco, host of the St. Anthony Community Hospital Roundtable, heard every second and fourth Wednesday of the month at 8 a.m. Tune in to hear about the latest in health news from me and my guests here on WTBQ.
I'm Betty Hurd.
And I'm Michael Bertolini.
On our program, Warwick Then and Now, we discuss Warwick's historic past and the ongoing work of the Warwick Valley Historical Society.
And our show airs every Monday morning at 11:30 on WTBQ.
WTBQ. And we're back. You're listening to the Home and Mortgage Show. I'm Janine Panarelli, and I'm here with Michael Gianetto, my co-host. And we have a guest today, Angelo Ferrante. He's from DKI, and he's one of our show sponsors.
He is.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Right.
So you'll hear that third voice in the background.
Yes.
Before we get into it with Angelo, I just wanted to get back to what we were talking about before the break. We were talking about the reverse mortgage because I know Dan Castricone from this morning show was talking about seniors and reverse mortgages and how some of them have to take that mortgage out and they're using it to pay their taxes to keep them. You know, they want to stay in their home. They want to stay in this area. They don't want to leave. So that is a problem that we're facing. So I know Mike does reverse mortgages. So tell us a little bit about how that works.
I would hope people will call me to discuss it instead of the commercial for, with Fred Thompson walking down the street or Robert Wagner, walking down the street. But again, it really is a great product if used properly and can allow people to access the equity in their home, stay in their home for as long as they'd like. There's a lot of misconceptions about reverse mortgages where people think that the government owns the house and they can take the house and all these things, but they are exactly that, misconceptions. A reverse mortgage is no different than a regular mortgage on the house, except that you don't make a payment for the rest of your life, and the balance accrues the interest, so it gets a little higher on a monthly basis.
You don't make a payment. Actually, the mortgage company pays you. Right.
You can do that.
So
You can choose.
What is a reverse mortgage?
Yeah, you can choose. A reverse mortgage is that you're not making the payment and the balance is going up by the accrued interest on a monthly basis, right? But you can get paid. That balance could go up on a monthly basis based on you getting paid, right, for a certain period of time. You can say, I want payments for 10 years.
So you could take it in a lump sum.
You can take it in a lump sum.
And a monthly payment back to you.
Correct.
Okay.
Or you can just choose to take it out as a line of credit and use it as needed.
You need it. Okay, so you have three options.
And you can do it. You can do a combination of all of them as well.
Okay, so that's good to know.
So yeah, and my recommendation to people is if you're going to do it, you take out only what you need, at that time, and then you start to build upon it if you need more, and taking it as needed.
So what happens if you need more? Do you have to refinance your reverse mortgage?
No.
How does that work?
No, because a reverse mortgage. It's a great question. Because a reverse mortgage, the principal limit that they do is based on a calculation of the value, right? So just for instance, about 55% of the value, they'll allow you to take out.
So that's the max.
Correct. So just for quick numbers, the house is worth $100,000.
So you can't do a reverse mortgage and max your house out.
Correct. There's always an equity hedge in there.
I think people have that idea that they could do that.
Nope. There's always an equity hedge, and they're always planning on appreciation that you will get. Just as they've seen, that was worth $30,000 years ago, and now it's worth $250,000, or $300,000. So, there's always the equity piece in there that's theirs, or their heirs after something, they expire.
Okay. Because I think people thought that they would use up all the equity in the house. This is what they come to me with.
Well, the reason why you have a lot of people that think that way.
House, and then at the end, there's no value in the house, so the bank takes the house.
Well, look, we've had that situation now through this crisis in the last few years because people did do the reverse mortgages years ago, right? So the balances were increasing, but you had this severe depreciation, values coming down, and now they're upside down on those reverse mortgages.
So is there such thing as a reverse mortgage short sale?
No, because
Okay.
a reverse mortgage is
that like an
non-recourse.
oxymoron? I don't know what that is. It just sounded good.
It's a non-recourse loan.
They can't come after you for anything.
Correct. For
Okay.
so
if the value drops,
only if you're selling it. The
Okay.
heirs, if the family wants the property and they owe more than it's worth, then they would have to pay the full balance and refinance it and pay the difference.
Okay.
But non-recourse mostly, it kicks in. There's non-recourse on getting what's owed above the value of the property, and actually, they hedge for the realtor commission as well. So they allow
What
for
does that mean?
Meaning, if the house is worth $100,000, going to sell it for $100,000, they owe $110,000, but a realtor is going to step in. They're going to get their percentage for the sale. They will only take the current value minus that percentage of sale. So whatever it sells for,
the net after
the sales
gotcha.
commissions.
Okay, even though they owe 110.
Correct.
So that is a short sale.
It is, but it's non-recourse.
Do you
It's
see what I'm
non-recourse, so
dealing
it's
with,
not
Angelo?
negative.
Do you see this?
It's not a negative thing because it's non-recourse, so they're not coming after anybody. It's just
I
right
get
there.
that.
It's done.
Yeah. Well, when we get our short sales approved on the letter, regardless of how much they owe, it says that they will consider the payment, whatever the offer was that we got accepted, applied towards the mortgage, towards the loan, and they will consider it as settled and paid in full, and no further action will be taken. So that we get on our short sale letter. So similar to what you're saying. I was right.
It's similar in theory, but it's not. I would not call it a short sale.
No.
I would not call it a short sale because you're not. They're not. As long as it's fair market value that it's selling at, they're not considering who the
Same as the
seller
short sale,
is.
selling for fair market value.
Right, but the seller
Right.
has to jump through hoops
All right,
with all these
and
things.
it provides
all you're
documentation.
doing is showing
and all,
a
you
death
don't
certificate.
have to do that. Okay, that's my question.
Yeah, here's a death certificate. It's up for sale for X. We have
Okay.
supporting value of Y.
Okay.
We're going to sell it, and here's what we're getting for it.
And then that's it.
And that's it.
then they wipe their hands. There's no bank stubs,
Done.
W-2s, tax
Correct.
returns.
Done. No
none of that.
package, nothing.
There's none of that. They don't have to show a hardship. They don't.
The person's
that's it.
deceased. How
Well, I
much?
guess-
How much more of a hardship can you have?
You know what I mean? With a short sale, that's what you have to do. You have to go through all that. But with this, you don't. What about when applying for the reverse mortgage? What documents and what do you need to do to
It's
apply for a
very
reverse?
simple.
It is?
The list
Okay.
of documents is so much
Because
shorter
now
than a normal
people
mortgage.
these are people who are retired who are doing this?
No, they
Who's
don't have to be
doing this?
retired. It's
Who's
anyone
doing this?
over the age of 62.
Okay,
that has to own the house.
All right, so a lot of people you would be retired. Am I wrong?
Yes.
Okay,
in
so
some cases.
okay.
I mean, these days people are working till they're 90.
I know. Oh.
But you can
That's
do it with
not
if
gonna
it's in
be
a
me.
trust. If it's in a trust, they can do it. If it's in a life estate, they can still do it.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody has a power of attorney for a parent that's incompetent, you can do it as long as the power of attorney was prior to the episode starting of the the dementia.
Who's still paying the taxes?
The owner is still responsible to pay the taxes.
Okay, and all the expenses.
Correct. Taxes and insurance and maintenance of the property.
Right. So they don't have to show you proof of income that they can afford? Like
They show.
what
they
do you
show.
need?
We
What do you
show
need
what
to do
their
this?
income
Because
is.
I know we've
It's an
had a lot of
asset-based
questions.
product, right? It's purely asset-based on the property itself, right?
Okay.
So, but it's also an FHA product. So now you talk about an FHA. Sorry,
Touching
I
me?
just poked you.
No poking.
It's an FHA product, so it's an FHA appraisal. So the
That
things that
was
we've
my
spoken
question.
about in the
Okay.
past, where there's certain standards of an FHA appraisal.
So then
on
that all
property.
applies.
That does apply.
So if they didn't maintain their home properly, there's a
It'll
risk
never
that
happen.
then they're not going to get
Correct.
a reverse mortgage.
Correct.
Well, these are things that they need to know.
If
You
I
keep
can
shaking
ask,
your head at me.
Peeling paint. I slept wrong, so I can't really turn this way too good. So I'm sorry about that.
that's all right. Can I ask a question? When they just started these reverse mortgages, I mean, there was like some shady people that were getting involved in it. And
Michael
people were
Giannetto.
How?
Stop that.
What was happening, and how did that change?
Well, the first thing this product has been around since Reagan, right? So in '89, this product started. Okay, And
I don't remember it going back that far.
yeah,
Wow.
it's been around a long time.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, look, there were a lot of unscrupulous individuals that were in the mortgage business, and even talking about it now, where products, like I was saying before, I would only encourage somebody to take out what they need at this time. Well, there's a big difference in products on the reverse mortgages from a fixed and an adjustable product. If you take out a fixed rate reverse mortgage product, you have to exhaust all the equity at once. So you have to take it out one big lump sum, right? So somebody that's out there that's listening that has been considering it, and they have a lot of equity in the house, and if they've spoken to somebody about the reverse mortgage and they said, yeah, do a fixed rate, take all the money out, put it in a bank or some other investment vehicle, yeah, that's not the right thing for you to do. The right thing for you to do is take what you need and only use it as needed. And yes, it's an adjustable rate, but you're a lot more protected, and the interest is accruing at a lot slower pace than if you did a fixed rate. So so those unscrupulous people, they're still out there. Believe me, I hear it. I talk to people, when I'm doing the reverse mortgage, and they say, "Oh, Joe said I should just do a fixed rate." You're going to take out $150,000. What are you going to do? You're going on a big vacation? You're going around the world? You don't need it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So then, what do they need to do to apply? What
They
kind
need
of
to call me.
documents? What kind of documents do they
Stupid
need?
question, stupid answer.
Hey, there's no such thing as a stupid question.
That's right. Only stupid answers.
Okay, so give it to me. What's the answer? What do they need? What do they need? So if they're coming to you,
we need to
they're
show
calling you
what
for a
their
reverse
income
mortgage.
is.
Okay.
We need to show what their current assets are, a copy of their driver's license, social security card, the mortgage statement, typically a copy of the deed, but you don't necessarily need it. Certainly if there's a power of attorney, you need the POA, a copy of the POA. You always want if you can, to involve one of the children. If there's somebody that's working with the parents, and so you have their contact information. I like to contact them and talk to them about it if they're involved, because a lot of times it's the children who are people our age, obviously, or maybe your age.
I was waiting for that.
Oh.
All right, I'm only kidding.
The smack is coming.
Come on, that was a great opportunity.
Oh, it was tremendous opportunity.
So, the children think of it as a problem for their inheritance. And believe me, I've heard it so many times. Janine just gave me the Malocchio. So the children, you want to involve them because they're making some of these decisions, and sometimes they have an issue, with it, or they just don't understand it. So you want to make sure that they understand it
Right.
as well.
Well, they want to protect their
parents.
They want to protect their parent. So you said that it doesn't really matter about their income because it's asset based. It's with the equity on the home. You said that there's interest that accrues.
Correct.
They're not making any payments towards that, are
Correct.
they?
They're not making any payments for the rest of their life.
For the rest of their life. So the interest just eats into the equity, for lack of a
Correct.
better word. It
Correct.
utilizes
It
the
is
equity.
decreasing the equity
Right.
as it's increasing. It's decreasing the equity that they have in the property.
Gotcha.
But you have
they
to
don't
think about
worry.
it. What they think of is the current value, and they're like, "Oh my God!" But if I owe X amount, over the next 10 years, but they're thinking the current value. We know what real estate does. Real estate will go up. So yeah, we've been depressed for the last 5-6 years, but it will go up.
7.
So 7. So they try to when they're doing their calculations, they adjust for a 4% appreciation on value.
Okay. So that's good.
Yeah. So when you see the demonstration, it shows you that there's still equity after 10 years or whatever that time frame is.
Gotcha. All right. There's a lot to know with the reverse mortgage.
There is.
I didn't realize that. That's why I thought we should mention it today.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about 203K loans in the future, but I thought the reverse mortgage should be something that people need to be aware of. That it's legit. I mean, a lot of people, that's a scam. A lot of people feel like a reverse mortgage is a scam.
It's not a scam.
It's not a
good
scam.
product
It's a
if
very
used
good
correctly.
product. Exactly. And that's what I wanted you to explain
If they
this morning.
when they calculate the estate, I mean, it's the net equity after they pass.
Correct.
Okay.
Wow. All
Correct.
right. Well, we're going to take a quick break. It's time for a break, and then we'll be right back.
Master Pest Control is proud to be a sponsor of the Home and Mortgage Show. When the time comes to buy a house, you will be faced with a lot of important choices. Having a home inspection is a critical part of the process, so choose wisely. Masters Pest Control has over 30 years of residential pest control experience, and they work closely with Ultra Home Inspections. That means you get 2 inspectors for the price of 1. Better value, exceptional service. Consider Masters Pest Control. Call toll-free 877-656-2024. That's 877-656-2024.
Hi, this is Ray Bryant, Superintendent of the Warwick Valley Central School District. Your superintendent presenting your schools on WTBQ, Mondays at 12:05. Please join us with your questions, your comments, and your concerns.
Hey everybody, this is Rachel Ray. Join me today and every weekday with Rach on the radio. I'll have tips to save you money, celebrity chit-chat, and of course, food. All from the kitchen table of our Emmy Award-winning show, Rachel Ray.
Weekdays at 12:30.
WTBQ weather.
Well, we're going to have skies that will become mostly sunny today, windy and colder with a high about 30. Tonight, partly cloudy and quite cold. We get back down to those low levels of around 15. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies as a weather system moves by to our east. We'll see a high in the upper 20s. Cloudy tomorrow night, could be a flurry or snow shower in the teens. And cloudy on Wednesday, might be a period of light snow or flurries depending on the track of a coastal storm, with a high staying in the low to mid-20s. This is meteorologist Tony Salimo from the WTBQ Weather Center.
WTBQ.
EQ.
Now we're back. Michael, always jumping in. This is the Home and Mortgage Show. Welcome back.
Oh, that was classic.
Michael Giannetto. We're here with Angelo Ferrante. I'm pronouncing that right?
That's correct, yeah.
Angelo Ferrante. We were talking about reverse mortgages and how you can take a reverse mortgage utilizing the equity that's in your home. And I said, well, can they use that money besides whatever they want to do, go on vacation or buy a car, whatever's needed, pay their taxes, whatever. They could do some home improvements with that.
They absolutely can.
If they're in their home for a long time and it needs a little bit of a facelift, they can use it for home improvements. And Angelo is from Hudson Valley Kitchen Designs.
Kitchen Designs is one of our companies, yep.
Yeah.
Correct, which is one of our sponsors and one of our advertisers.
Yeah, I go on there and I'm like, oh, honey, look.
Yeah, and they have a great show. Have you ever seen the showroom?
Yes.
Great showroom on 17
years ago.
in New Hampton. Mm-hmm. Fantastic. I've seen a lot of the work that Angelo's done personally.
Yeah, nice stuff.
Absolutely.
So we wanted to have him talk a little bit about what some options are, what people can do. How long have you been there on 17M?
We've been in 17M probably about 10 years. Mm-hmm. We've been in business, a second-generation contractor.
Nice.
Probably about 25 years I've been in the business.
Wow. Okay.
Long time. I'm sure you've seen a lot.
We've done a lot. We've built.
But you build, right? You build as well.
Yeah, we're a commercial residential contractor. We've probably done over 500 homes in my time. And we also have a restoration company, which is the DKI that you've mentioned.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I want to mention
going on, Angelo.
Angelo is very involved. I believe one of the project managers for the Habitat for Humanity with the home building in Newburgh. That happens
usually every 2 years we do it.
Yeah,
this is our 7th and 8th home we're going to be doing. It's probably one of the most rewarding projects we've done. We actually built two houses in 5 days.
Wow.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Exactly
I've seen
like
the video
you see on TV.
It's unbelievable.
Wow. So that's like that TV show. Is that show even on anymore?
No,
that's not on anymore, where you win a new home.
Yeah, the Extreme Makeover.
Extreme Makeover, yeah, and they get
show.
the house done. But they have a week to do it. You do it in 2 days?
5 days.
5 days.
Two houses in 5
2 houses in 5
We're good. We're not that good.
I'm like, wait a minute. 2 days. Okay.
Yeah, so a big crew of people. It's not just myself.
Wow.
We probably have 600-700 volunteers.
Wow.
It's a no frills homes, no cameras, no big
no production,
TV thing,
we can get WTBQ down there maybe. What do you think?
That would be great. Idea.
That would be great.
We're going to have to talk to Taylor about that.
Yeah. Now, did you say this is for Habitat?
Habitat for Humanity in Greater Newburgh.
Yes. Oh, that's right. I was. There's a fundraiser for that, I believe.
There is Wednesday, right?
Going.
The Blitz.
Right.
The Blitz.
Yes.
Yeah, I got invited to the Blitz.
Okay, good.
So we got to go to
a
that.
lot of people can make it out there. We're still looking for
we saw that on
donations.
Facebook. What a great tool that is.
It
To
is.
put all that information out there and get people involved. So that's how
It
I
is.
found it on Facebook. I was invited. So we'll see you there. That's great. So when is that going to actually?
That's going to be, I believe it's the week of June 9th. And it's also, for them, it's their 74th and 75th home that they're going to be finishing.
That many already?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they do a great job down in Newburgh. They put, needy families in some good living environments.
That's
Yeah.
great.
And they do a lot of counseling with those families, right, to
They
make sure
do.
that they know how to
Maintain
be
it
a
once they're in
homeowner.
it.
And yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it's really a great project.
Wow.
It really is.
Wow, that's great to know.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
So
that's
let's
something to be
talk
proud
about
of.
DKI for a second. All this weather, this bad weather. I mean, you guys must be tremendously busy right now.
Yeah, our restoration company, that's usually the one company that people never really want to meet you.
Well, yeah.
It's,
It means headaches and aggravation and
Yeah.
stress, but that's where you come in.
That's where we come in. It's really if you have any kind of disaster, anything from a fire, a flood,
How about all this water? Yeah.
Yep.
My husband was on the roof the other day. He was trying to get up on the roof. We had to buy a rake.
Right.
It looks like a shovel. I don't know what they call it, a roof rake.
Roof
It's
rake.
not a rake. It's a shovel on the end of this long pole that you throw it up on your roof and you pull down all the snow. What was happening, I guess, with all the
the ice damming.
Oh, yeah. So we had ice form. It kind of filled the gutter. And then as things started to melt that day, it had nowhere to go. So it was going against the house into the siding.
Right.
And you saw ice forming down the side of the house. Yeah. So he had to go up there. He says that all the vents were covered, the ridge vent was covered, so there was nothing breathing up there, and it wasn't melting properly, and we had this huge thing, so he was in a panic the other day.
Yeah, it's definitely
So-
one of our most popular calls the last 2 weeks.
Oh.
Is the ice damming?
Is the ice damming.
Do
Especially,
you sell rakes? Do you
we
sell
don't
those
sell
roofs?
rakes, yeah. And we don't recommend homeowners go on the roof.
No, it's very slippery. That's a dangerous situation. You
Yeah.
It
shouldn't
is.
take that on, but my husband, he's going to do that because that's
can't
who he
tell
is.
these men
yeah.
what to do.
No,
Yeah.
you can't tell these Italian guys, what to do, especially about letting a woman make a decision on to whether or not they should
they
or
should
shouldn't.
be on the roof.
Yeah.
Don't worry, honey, it's fine.
Yeah, I can do this. No. So what do you do
So-
about that? How do you handle something like that?
Ice damming is probably is one of their tougher calls. You just you really have to let it run its course.
This isn't something you're going to get the hairdryer for.
You don't get the hairdryer for it.
I called Angelo
I
with the
know.
hairdryer. That's
right.
what
My
I
husband's a
called.
plumber, so
Yeah.
it's always all right. Get the hairdryer.
I feel bad for people they call, but there's not a whole lot you can do
No.
for them. It has to melt. You
Yeah.
got to get the roof shoveled. We recommend a few roofers to do it. Let it run its course, and then call us when it's
Pray for the
melted.
sun to come out and the
That's it.
temperatures to warm up. Oh, so now you would be like after the fact, once the ice is gone,
Yes.
if there's any water like behind and got in, and you can fix that then
That's
after
correct.
the fact. Yeah.
That's correct. I mean, you really want to stop further damage is really drying. The sheetrock is wet. You might see a quarter size water drop, but it might potentially be much larger than that.
Yeah, water.
Yeah.
Have water will travel.
Exactly.
You never know where
Finds
it's going to
its
wind
lowest
up.
point,
Yeah,
right.
you never know.
And if it's not dealt with correctly, you can have other, you can have mold or other damage.
yes.
So that's that big M word.
I'll tell you, I was in somebody's office the other day, and they are on an exterior of an old Victorian home that is an office building now, and one of the walls was absolutely soaked down the wall. You could see it, and but I walked into his office, and immediately I could smell. It was so strong that
Yeah.
it was unbelievable. There was no doubt that there was going to be mold from that, as a result from it.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah.
That is scary.
Yeah, people want to wait and they want to call their insurance company first, but you
No,
got
mold,
to jump right on it.
that can grow very, very quickly.
A couple of days and
That's
it's
it.
grown.
Yeah, if you wait a week or two, forget about it. Now you have bigger problems to deal with.
Right.
That's right. That's right.
Wow.
So what are you seeing right now? What's like the the most popular thing? You're seeing flooding right now with all the
Frozen
snow
pipes?
melting,
Well,
or
we
frozen pipes, or what?
Well, we came off the polar vortex, which was very interesting. I mean, it's really just that cold weather, 2 or 3 weeks of cold weather just bursted all pipes. People that, especially it was on the holidays, so people went away for a couple of weeks. They came back, and it was like an ice skating rink in their house. So
That is horrible.
So, there's small things that you can do. I mean, you go on vacation, even if it's in the summer, turn off the water, shut off the water, shut off your washer and dryer. all those lines.
That's good. Yeah, good tip.
Yeah, that is.
What do you tell people?
I would never think to do that.
No, you wouldn't.
I know, because you do it all the time, right?
Yeah, I'm married to a plumber. Hello,
Oh,
yes.
stop it. I'm going to ask him.
Yeah,
Mike,
go
call
ahead,
in
ask
if you're
him.
listening.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mike's got me on speed dial. though.
Yeah.
Also, the hose coming from your washing machine to the water line shouldn't be that rubber hose. It should be the braided.
That's correct.
See, I know these things.
Oh, yeah? I have that rubber hose.
Yeah. You got to watch because those things crack. They come off. You come home, there's water all over the floor. You have a problem. So you really should shut that valve right there. Make sure you have the right piping, the right hose connecting to the water. And
what is it? It's
be
like
careful
a flex
when
pipe?
you come.
Is that the
Be
one?
careful when you come back. Actually, what we have, it looks like silver color.
Yeah, silver, like a braided.
It's silver and it's braided and it's got that flexibility so that if something does start to happen, hopefully you catch it before.
Is it like
anything
that
happens,
hose
but-
you see the infomercial for? You put it starts out at like 7 feet and goes to like 30.
The what?
You ever see that?
The
What's it called, Angela?
Garden hose in a pocket or something. I'm not sure what it's called.
It's a little tiny hose. It's really small, and you turn on the water, and the thing stretches out.
Do you have one?
Goes flying. No,
And is it-
I thought about buying it.
Of
I
course
told you
did.
I buy everything
Of
from
course you did.
infomercials.
Oh my! Did you hear there was a clown shortage?
Yes, I did actually.
I was thinking of you. I don't know why, but
to
I was
become a
thinking-
clown?
To become a clown.
I do it all the time. Big purple feet, big red nose.
Clown shortage. I think you need to apply, Michael.
That's great.
Oh yeah.
You keep making fun of me.
Hey, if the shoe fits.
Yeah. You should have said if the nose fits.
It's the
That
nose,
would've been
the
better.
shit. Well, that too. The shoe, the nose.
Oh, wait, I got to go back to something over the weekend, right? You guys, I could send it to you. My daughter she was on antibiotics, and unfortunately, she's had some accidents in her pants. She's 4, right? So listen, we did a video. My wife walks in with the phone and starts taking a video, and she starts saying, "My butt isn't listening to me," and she's going through this whole thing. I put it on America's Funniest Videos. I uploaded it last night.
What is wrong with you?
Listen to me. It is the fun. That's a $100,000 winner, easy.
Are you? What?
I'm telling you, it is the funniest thing you've ever seen.
She's gonna hate you.
No, she won't hate me.
When she's,
If you don't win that
when she's
100
25, she'll hate me.
Yeah, but still. Oh,
Listen, when you see it,
Stacy, I
When
feel
you
so
see it,
bad for you.
you're gonna love it.
I mean,
It's
are
the
you
funniest thing you've
really
ever
on
seen.
board with this?
it is the funniest thing you've ever seen. I'm telling you.
I don't think so.
And we were watching it last night, America's Funniest Videos, and see who the winners are. And I'm like, that's
You gotta
stunk.
beat. You gotta
Oh my
beat.
God, I got a winner.
Oh, you're a winner, all right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's very funny.
Oh, mm-hmm. She's gonna
Did
kill
you not want me to mention that on air? Is that
No,
like-
she's gonna kill you. I feel bad. Poor thing. She needs a hug now.
She's 4. She doesn't even know I did it.
Well, we record our shows and put them on our. Hey, I updated, just so everybody knows, I did update our home and mortgage show. It's thehomeandmortgageshow.com. I updated our website. So we have all of Angela's information on there, all our sponsors' information, the tax.ny.gov. So I put some resources on there. I put the YouTube is right there. So if you go to our homepage, you could just click on it and listen to one of our shows.
All right, good.
Nice.
Good.
I'm not putting this one on there.
All right.
Because your daughter is not going to
You can
be
cut
happy
that
with
out.
hearing that. Oh,
So let's go back to Angelo.
yeah, let's do that, please. Poor baby.
So the ice damming is very bad, obviously, and these broken pipes. What about the fires? I know that you did a lot of fire restoration and
Yeah, fires are, when it got cold, people are using space heaters. They're using their
Do
fireplace.
people still use those kerosene heaters? Remember years ago we'd have those kerosene heaters in the middle? Am I dating
Yeah.
myself? Come on,
No,
come on, Angelo. I know you got to be
Angelo
there
doesn't
with
remember.
me.
He's too young.
Before
I'm not
my
the
time,
oldest
yeah.
one in this room, I'm hoping.
But they do, you're right. They
The
do.
kerosene, those things stunk, and then they'd have that black smoke. People still use that. I thought that was dangerous.
just a
Yeah,
little,
little scary.
little carbon monoxide going on, and an open flame in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I'm asking. Do you see any of that?
We see a little bit of it. A lot of fireplace fires. People don't clean up.
Fireplace,
They're not installed correctly. They don't clean out the flues. So we have some. They do a lot of damage. I mean, anything from a small one-room fire to a major structure.
Wow.
Very scary stuff to fire.
Do those creosote logs, do they actually work?
The ones
the fireplace?
The one to clean them?
Yeah.
I don't know much about them. I don't know much about them. I mean, again, there's, like everything, shoveling the roof or restoration, call a professional. I mean, there's local guys that do it.
Yeah. Might take a chance.
No, I mean, I get it cleaned every couple of years, but in between, I use that creosote log. Yeah.
I did it once. I need to get mine cleaned. I mentioned it to my husband. That and our air conditioning ducts. Like if you have forced air.
That's a farce.
I don't know.
I heard that is a complete farce.
I don't know.
What, getting them cleaned?
Yeah, I would love to know
not?
the true answer, if it is or not.
Well, I'm going to find that out. I'm going to let you know. If you need to have those forced air ducts cleaned out, I would think yes. I was told
you don't want to touch it. You don't want to disturb it, because once you disturb it, then it's just on. It's blowing out.
So what you're
all
saying,
over
you
the
should
house.
just maintain the filters and change those filters? What do you think?
Well, I mean, they say every couple of years to clean your filter or your ducts.
Oh, they do.
Yeah,
See,
that's what I'm.
Really?
And we do it just for fires, but we don't do it, on an everyday on a maintenance level.
Do you clean the ductwork as part of one of your services?
Yeah, typically if you have a heating system that's working, you get fire, it just blows right through the house, so they need to be cleaned.
They do. All right, I have a question about that. We're going to take one more break.
We'll be right back.
Come back soon.
Quality and professionalism are two words that describe Ultra Home Inspections. Fully licensed, certified, and insured. Their training and skill will provide you with all the information you'll need to make an educated decision on your home purchase or sale. Ultra Inspections serves Orange and Sullivan counties in New York and Pike and Wayne County in Pennsylvania. Call 845-545-0960 or check out all their services by visiting their website at www.ultrahomeinspections.com.
I'm Sarah Kearns. Join me for Travels with Sarah on WTBQ 93.5 FM, discussing worldwide travel. WTBQ 93.5 FM every Thursday at 11 a.m.
This is Dave Dirks, outdoor columnist for the Times-Herald Record. Join me Saturday mornings from 7 to 8 a.m. for the Dirks Outdoors radio show. Each week, I'll have outdoor personalities from a variety of outdoor sports. That's the Dirks Outdoors show, Saturday mornings right here on WTBQ.
WTBQ.
And we're back. You're listening to the Home and Mortgage Show on WTBQ. If you have any questions, you can give us a call at 651-1110. And we were just talking with Angelo on what you should be cleaning out as part of your regular home maintenance. Michael shared a story
I'd like
with
to
us.
revise my statement a little bit. And
could
just
you?
say,
He's
I
seen
don't
the
know
light,
whether the information that I heard is or is not true. And I would love to hear from somebody that knows, does the actual duct cleaning on a regular basis, not through the restoration. And,
I think you need to clean it out, just like with any filter. The filter doesn't catch everything. So it's going to settle in that ductwork. And, if you suffer from allergies, I think that could be something huge. That's, your air system in your home needs to be clean.
Well, I mean, you should at least, at a minimum, be changing the filter.
Oh, absolutely. That you have to do, right?
At least a couple of times a season.
Yeah. I would think in the spring and in the fall. Yeah. No?
Well, no. Before the season starts, you put a new filter in, and then mid-season... that's what I do. I don't know if it's proper. I see it. It was white. It's not white anymore. I change it.
Especially if you have pets. Pets are big. It gets that hair in there. It just pushes it throughout. Like you said, allergies.
See, you don't think of that. I didn't think of that. My vent is like 16 feet high in the the cathedral ceiling.
Right. Yeah.
But it's tough, and I guess because it's not so accessible sometimes, people don't clean it out as often as they should.
Yeah, of course.
But so with spring coming, everybody who doing their spring cleaning, and Mike Giannetto here has a dryer story. Make sure you're cleaning out your vents.
Yes, absolutely.
Get rid of the lint.
Absolutely.
Because that is flammable, whether you realize it or not, and you can avoid dangerous situation.
And which Angelo was just mentioning, dryer fires are popular, for some of these things, right?
Yeah, you got to get those vents cleaned out, especially with all the moisture. The moisture gets in there, it kind of clogs them up a little bit, and then also the snow getting up against the the outlet to it. I mean, it blocks it. So I mean, small little
think
things.
of that too. Wow.
Yeah, especially we had this snow.
Right.
I mean, I saw mine. I cleaned the snow away from it actually, but it was high enough where it was blocking it. You know, with that big snow.
So you work with insurance companies and
Yeah, we work directly with insurance companies. We work with property managers, building owners. So,
Okay.
So
Right.
first tell people how they can get in touch with you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can get us at 845-294-8919 is our direct line. We work 24/7. Typically, fires, floods, they usually don't happen 9 to 5. They happen when people get home. They notice them at 5 o'clock, and then on the weekends. So around the clock, anytime you can get a hold of
that's
us.
a number that you want to write down now
Right.
because it's it's something that you want to have.
Plug it in your
God forbid if
contacts.
something happens,
God
right?
forbid.
You want to be able to call immediately.
Wow.
You know, what's typically a response time that you've seen? You know,
I mean, we try to respond from anywhere from an hour to 2 hours, at least to get on site and see what's going on there.
Oh, that's pretty quick. That's pretty quick.
You know, it's really your responsibility as the owner to do the work. It's not the insurance company.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a flood, it's not their responsibility to get it done. You have to, what they call, mitigate your damages. It's written in your policy. So the longer you wait, and you wait a day or two, and it creates more damage, you could potentially be liable yourself.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so it's good to know who to call, especially more commercial people, because also at the same point, you have a business interruption. So if
Right,
you're out of your
insurance,
office
business
for
interruption insurance.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to get these things done quickly.
Now, I liked your page on Facebook. Very nice. So you could find Hudson Valley Kitchen Designs on Facebook. So you can go on there and take a look at what Angelo's got going on, right? And you can stop by the showroom.
Does Facebook? Do you have a DKI page
Yeah,
as
we
well?
also have a
I saw
DKI
that too.
website.
Mhm.
And then we kind of tie in, obviously floods and fires require kitchens, so it's a good tie-in for us. And if you just want a kitchen remodel, we do that as well.
Wow, that's good. Do you do bathrooms at all?
We do.
Yeah.
We do some bathrooms. We have 7 lines of cabinets, and we have 2 designers now, so
Ooh, very nice.
stop in and
Very nice.
get some
It's a
information.
serious operation.
Yeah, and where? So you're located where?
Right on 17M in Goshen. It's actually a New Hampton address, but Goshen, exit 123.
Okay, is that by the in between like Capital Storage and Mako or something like
right-
over there in
right in
that
that
strip,
vicinity,
right?
exactly.
Okay. All
right
right,
next
good.
to
So-
the nursery,
The
right?
nursery, right?
Yeah.
Oh, the Hudson Valley Nursery.
Yes, right
Not
next
far
to-
from there, yeah. So people can come in and take a look, stop by.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So,
Okay.
just going to some of this, do you find that when you're cleaning up these disasters, obviously, you're cleaning them up, these people are just, I mean, they got to be distraught over what's going on, and that you clean out everything, right? So I saw on the DKI website, you'll take everything, you'll put stuff in storage for them, right, to clean out the house, and what are some of the other things that you have
correct.
to do to clean
I mean,
out?
you have a fire. Besides the fire, I mean, you have to do temporary repairs, tarping, blocking the windows. You don't want kids climbing in there while there's nobody there. There's smells that go out throughout the house. I mean, you have contents, furniture, et cetera, et cetera. A lot of times the house has to be gutted down to the shell. All the furniture has to be moved out, stored, inventoried. Some of the stuff is damaged beyond repair.
Wow.
So it's a lot to it.
And you're doing like if a couch has smoke damage, you're actually restoring the couch as well.
Restoring it, cleaning it, or if not, it'll be inventoried for
replacement.
For replacement.
And the clothes too, right? People's clothes in their closet get smoke damage and things. That stuff has to be done
It's such a horrible
too,
thing
right?
to.
It is.
to have
It
to
is.
go
It's,
through.
this is not something for a regular general contractor. This is really a
No,
specialty.
this is a specialty. Yeah.
We don't physically do all the work ourselves, but we know who to call. I mean, you have artwork, antiques, the clothing. That's all has to be done by specialty people.
I didn't even think of that too.
Right.
There's a lot. And this ties into what we were saying when Howard Lane was on the show from Farm Family with your insurance company. You really need to go through your house. You don't want to wait for a disaster. You don't want to wait to have a problem. You should kind of have an inventory list of what you have in your home.
Right, and
it's
a
very
video.
important.
Right?
And
Remember
we
were
talked
talking
about the
doing a
video. And we also, I don't have the actual name of it, but there's an app you can go to for a home inventory app and log it all in. You actually take a picture of what it is, and then you can log it in. Yeah, so people have to start utilizing those tools.
I have a lot of time to do that.
You have.
Like, that's going to take forever.
I know,
I
but
did it at my house. I took the video, just walked through every room and just say, hey, this is the couch. It's an X brand, and it's just much easier to do it now than while there's nothing
Right
left.
after, right.
And then
it's
it's
the
ash.
stuff that's in the closets and in the
That's
drawers and all that kind of stuff that takes a long time.
Right.
You know, but you know, if you just do it a half hour here, half hour there, it's better than not doing it. You know, at least if you get some of it, it's better than, I think, not having it at all.
I'm going to do the video.
Yeah, most people don't really realize what they have until...
You'll be doing the video and then sticking your face in the video and go, for a mortgage, call. Yeah. You would do the video.
That's a Gianetto I know.
Yeah, exactly. See?
I get bashed by everybody.
So now, you work with different insurance companies?
We basically work with any insurance companies. It doesn't matter if... What'll happen a lot of times, you'll call like an 800 number, for instance, and they might give you some names to use.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a preferred program, but you can use anybody. We work with any insurance company, work directly with them.
So you'll get a call from the insurance company or the homeowner, or both?
Or both.
Both,
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
Right.
A lot of times, you know, these programs that they have now, where they tell you who to call, they set the rates, so the contractor has to do it for a less rate typically. You know, obviously, if you have to do something for less, something has to give. You can only, you know, work for cheap,
right,
for so long. So that's what we're seeing out there.
Wow. I unfortunately, there was I read it in the newspaper last week. There was a fire, and somebody lost their children.
Wow.
It was so, you know, people have a fire, you know, it's not just dealing with the fire and dealing with the home. There's so much, you know, there's so many other elements that go into this. So you have to really take into consideration what actually happened and what this family is going through. It's heartbreaking, some of the stuff that I see.
The human side is definitely the worst.
Yeah.
We had one right before, you know, 3-4 days before Christmas. You know, they have kids.
Oh.
I mean, what do you do? What do you say?
It's just
not easy.
It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, that is heartbreaking.
So I can't imagine that. No, but you know, good news is there is help. You know, there is help. And,
Absolutely.
You know,
and things that can be done quickly to mitigate some of that damage and
you got to kind of be that person that tells them, okay, don't even worry about this. I got this.
Right.
You know, one less thing to have to worry about it. You know, let Angelo take care of it, and then you go do what you have to do, and I'll take care of it.
Yeah, educating them is the key. I mean, most people never ask for this. It's not like they called us to do a kitchen remodel. They plan for it. They move everything out. This is something they woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and their life got turned around.
Yeah.
God forbid.
So,
but it does happen.
I've been woken up in the middle of the night for my carbon monoxide detector going off.
That's scary.
Scary, very scary. First of all, I didn't even know what it was because it's a different sound than my regular
It wasn't
security
a voice?
alarm.
It wasn't a voice?
No.
Mine is a voice. It says move to fresh air immediately.
Really?
Yep. Yeah,
that's
scared the
high-tech.
heck out of us.
That's high tech.
Michael can't afford that.
So mine was going off, and it was freaking me out. And here I am. I'm like running through the house. You know, I find where it's coming from, and so now it's dead of winter. This is a few years ago, but dead of winter. It's 20 degrees outside. My oldest daughter was young actually, and we open up every window in the house, the door, everything. You know, and wound up sleeping like that because I think it was faulty. But I didn't want to take the chance. Right. So
you get nervous now. You can't comfortably, soundly sleep with that in the back of your head. God forbid. Yeah, that happened to my sister too. And I had to go over. The fire department came, and you know, you just throw it out and get a new one.
Right.
Whether it's full, you know, you can't tell if it's faulty or not.
All these things too.
That's probably one of the scariest things. I mean,
how do you know? You don't know. Just go buy a new one.
Yep.
Yeah, a friend of mine had the same thing happen with the kids.
Really?
But there was carbon monoxide. It wasn't a faulty alarm.
Well, look what happened with that guy in Long Island. That guy in Long Island in the restaurant died in the basement of the restaurant. You see that?
I don't even.
Yeah, manager. One of the heating equipment, carbon monoxide, and the guy died.
Wow. So, all right, Angelo.
We don't want to end on that.
One more time, how can people reach you?
Again, any kind of emergency, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at 845-294-8919. And most likely, I'll be the guy that's calling you back in the middle of the night.
Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you, Angelo.
Thank you for coming. And I'm Janine Panarelli, licensed real estate broker and owner of Panarelli Realty. You can reach me at 651-1776.
And I'm Michael Gianetto with Residential Home Funding, licensed mortgage originator. I would love to speak to you about a reverse mortgage. 845-496-0836. Thank you.
And we'll talk to you next week.